Silver price forecasts. Silver US dollar dips below $75 amid growing risk aversion.
Silver price today. Silver falls, according to FX Street data. Iran shows off its control over Strait after collapse of peace talks. Bitcoin price forecast. BTC steadies near 78K as ETF inflows persist.
French stocks, turning in mixed performance. Morning bid, tech checked as oil boils.
Japan Finance Minister Katayama delivers another intervention warning.
Intel, INTC, technical. Overstretched rally, corrective decline looms below 72.44, 75.36 within major uptrend. US dollar yen price. Forecast. Scope for further upside towards 160.50. Improves amid triangle breakout. French manufacturing confidence improves in April. S&P 500 has broken through the support of a triangle. It has touched this line at least twice in the last 15 days. Japan's Katayama. We have a free hand in conducting interventions.
UK retail sales and PMIs point to risks. TD Securities. EU toots temporary energy subsidies, but costs risk ballooning.
All right, yo.
FTSE 100 slips. For fourth straight session, miners banks lose ground.
Hello. Hello, yeah. How's your mum? All right, well, welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Let's go! Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never, ever risk money you cannot afford to lose. Boy, my camera is just terrible. All right. Is that better? Yeah, anyways. Guten Morgen. Hey, we still got geopolitical risk going on, so we got to deal with that. Markets are moving. Not crazy amounts, but they're moving. There are opportunities. There are threats. And so that's why we want to align our trades with the professionals. This is what we're doing. We're uncovering the secrets, so to speak. We're looking at what everyone else is doing. And when they all seem to generally agree, that's the wave we want to ride. When they're mixed and they're stepping on each other's toes, that's when we want to go to the bar and get a drink and skip this next dance. You know? So anywho. We have all the data, and that's what we're going to do is we can look at the data and uncover all these things technically and fundamentally. We're going to use a combination of TradeR's and Trader's Way. TradeR's for analytics, Trader's Way for execution. It's a beautiful thing. If you want to combine those two, you'll even get a spread rebate. Lower prices, huh? It's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a good thing. Did you answer the poll? What are you trading today? Today's market sentiment is currently flat and indecisive, marked by a daily risk score of negative 0.94. So slightly risk off to flat. While the broader weekly and monthly trends remain firmly risk on. So we're generally risk on, just not right now. Dude, that is good to know. Escalating geopolitical rhetoric. This indecision is reflected in currency markets, where the U.S. dollar is finding support against the euro and the pound. Gold faces headwinds and a stronger yield environment. Dude, great. Dude, super cool, right? Don't forget, we have a bull case, a base case, and a bear case for the situations, news assessment, and key insights further down the page. But I'm pretty sure you can read. Do you read good? I read good. I read real good. Do you read better than AI? Let's see. I have to kickstart them sometimes. Really? You're not going to read it this morning? It's so funny. It was just reading it like 2 minutes ago. I did update though just now. So let me see if I can do a hard refresh. Cool, that part worked. Where's my spike? Where's my...
FTSE 100 slips for fourth straight session. Miners, banks lose ground.
Huh? Hey, Aiden, that was a good update. Hang on, I got Aiden over here. Aiden, you biatch. All right, snippety snip. Let me snippety snip. All right, and I'll say, hey. Hey. Cool. Take a screenshot. I'll see if I can get this right now. Cool. I just updated like the app, and sometimes that glitches things. Maybe it's in the process of updating, right? Yeah, it's built in. I have to when I moved to Tradars 2.0, I took down the connection link. And then I was focusing on 2.5, which I have now done. So one of the things I need to do is put that back. So just hold your horses, right? But yeah, it's all taken care of. It's all done. You just gotta hang on. Hang on. And I mean, maybe I'll do it today. Yeah, I really should. I'll see if I can do it today, okay? And we'll make it very easy. I'd like the process to be, obviously you you subscribe to traders.com, right? And then you go through the process of opening and linking an account. And once that's confirmed, you automatically get your spread rebates. And you automatically unlock the downloads for the MT4, MT5 charts. And that's the part I haven't done yet. But yeah, well, why not start today? I think I can start today.
Investing Live European markets wrap. Oil climbs. Stocks down on US-Iran stalemate.
Cool. Price action looks good on WTI. Definitely up. What do you stink? Look at this. We're eyeballing 95.5 in the next 14, 15-minute candles. How many hours is that? Well, that's 14 divided by 4. Wow. That's high prices. That wouldn't be very good now, would it? Let's see if he'll load that. Oh, you son of a... You son of a... Hey, wait. No, that's actually how it's designed. Let me check my email. Hang on. There it is. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Come on. There we go. Boop. Boop. Cool. And now we go to headline, and hopefully it's updated.
Investing Live European Markets wrap. Oil climbs. Stocks down on US Iran. Investing Live European Markets wrap. Oil climbs. Stocks down on US Iran.
So there. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, 48 minutes is what I'm trying to get to is claims. So that looks
US
good.
dollar. Energy shock view. Anchors DXY range. BBH. Pi Network. WorldCoin struggle. Despite growth in identity-verified users.
Iran shows off its control over Strait after collapse of peace talks. Iran takes seized ships to port. Countries seek info on seafarers' safety.
EU toots temporary energy subsidies, but costs risk ballooning.
Japan's Katayama. We have a free hand in conducting interventions.
UK retail sales and PMIs point to risks. TD Securities.
So I should probably speak to one of these headlines here. Overnight during the Asia session, Japan was signaling once again intervention. Now they tend to do this when oil prices are going up and there's a threat of it going, well above $100 a barrel for a WTI and probably 110 for Brent. So when we're up at that level, it kind of forces the Bank of Japan to intervene. And with this new threat of peace talks failing, Bank of Japan might have to act. So put that back on your radar. Japanese yen intervention. And what that means is the central bank conducts actions to strengthen the Japanese yen. They need a stronger yen to buy oil. So, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh, for sure. So be careful on the yens. In fact, you should watch all the yen pairs on all time frames and decide whether the seasonal yen weakness will continue or if suddenly there's the shock and awe of the Bank of Japan getting involved. All right, so you guys are 50-50 on risk. And yeah, well, short term, we're a little bit risk off to neutral. Longer term, we're risk on. So maybe, again, it's just time frame issue. But check this out. You ready? Yen is neutral right now. Dollar strong. So for the last 24 hours, US dollar Swiss franc longs are your best trade. Pound Swissy, otherwise known as Pissy. Pissy is now strong. Now the reason you want to track the 1 day is I think yesterday and the day before, maybe even the day before that, pound was neutral. Now it's game on. Yeah. Cool, right? This is our synthetic currency indice. So the best things to be long right now, dollar Swissy, pound Swissy, CAD Swissy, Aussie Swissy, and then it kind of fizzles out. On the bearish side, euro dollar down, Euro pound down, and then it kind of fizzles out. If you prefer, it's interesting. I didn't even ask him to build that. So that's why I failed. I'm like, really? What does that do? Okay, well, it's a good idea. These are all variations, and I'm deciding which ones I like. I think a table view is always good. The split panel, but I think I'm going to write a rule. If it's less than plus or minus 1/3, then forget about it. That should go into the neutral, and that should go down here. Boom, 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 boom. And this just shows you pound and dollar are strong. Yeah. Aussie and CAD seem to be about the same as well. It's cool, right? Yeah. Yeah. See, CAD is a little bit strong. Pound is a little bit strong. Aussie's a little bit strong. They're about the same. They're neutral. I just want to increase the range of what neutral is. I think a slight edge up and a slight Kiwi CAD down. Yeah, it'll probably work. It's just not that good. So I would like to expand, right? So Kiwi CAD, like if we go over here, no, this one. Kiwi CAD, Kiwi dollar. Does it put a Kiwi CAD in here? No. All right, so it just puts it somewhere else. So it's only doing yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I want to change it because we don't like these. Nah, they're not good. They're good, but maybe to here, maybe. So cool. I like that we have it. Oh my god. So this is what's going on now. Yesterday in our internal training at Tradars, we spent a half an hour at least talking about strategies and how to use this properly. At least just on this one topic, how to use this one tool. And that's why we meet every day. This is why we meet multiple times every day, not just here on YouTube. So I'm hoping this pop-up will work today. Wait, where's our claims? Mm-hmm. All right, let me talk to Aiden before I forget. All right, so we got Canadian PPI. It's important. We don't track detailed spike analysis on it because we prioritize CPI over PPI. So there it is. So it might move the market. It's coming up in 38 minutes. That's that. Now it should pop up 1 minute before. No, what I did is I changed so that no matter where you are on the app, on the platform, you'll get a pop-up like this, spike alert, that claims are coming out, for example. And while it's happening, okay, you're supposed to see the live indices, the live synthetic indices, so you know how the market is moving broadly in real time. In particular, I put it there because I want to see how we're reacting to the news. So if dollar goes weak, you'll see it. Okay. Hang on, he's forgotten. And then let me capture this. See, we don't need this. It's redundant. So anyways, it's nice, right? So no matter where you are, if you're busy focused on your research, I don't want you to forget news is coming out. And if it's what we call major news, I want you to have years and years and years of analytics about how that particular event has moved the market in the past, with it in particular in scenario analysis. So I don't want you to just know, let's say the PPI moves the market 32 pips. I want you to know if it's a beat or miss according to in the past, how did it move the market? And then what is the best currency pair to trade in that scenario? And then how much should you expect pip-wise? So it's a lot of data. Oh, my God. And it's a lot of analysis. So, cool. Later today, we got our PMIs. Then we got CPI, retail sales. Cool, man. Cool beans. And here's that interest rate decision, huh? Yeah. So let me skip ahead here. We have oil now. Mm, 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 mm. 67% chance will be below $80 by the end of June. Will crude oil hit an all-time high by the end of April? No. That's another week from here. We've added Eurozone data. We've added Canadian data. I removed like India. I removed Argentina. We have UK. So Fed, 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 Fed. So this is what got me thinking about it. The Bank of Japan interest rate decision in 5 days. 97% chance right now, no change. Now we're on intervention watch, but you shouldn't be concerned about Japan, for example. ECB interest rate decisions. Now we had gold, I thought. I cleaned things up, and maybe I was too strict. But anyway, so we got some ECB in here. We have some BOE. We got Canada. We got Eurozone. We have China. We do have Mexico, or at least we did. So I'll continue working on this and spread it out. See, what I did is I spread it out and then I cleaned it up. So it reduced. I spread it out and then I narrowed it. And yeah, so I do want to see some gold in there. Bitcoin I wanted to see in there. And that seems to be missing right now. So I'll go back. You can see it is progress. %62 chance that the Fed, right, will do no cuts this year. Right on. Still bullish. Yeah, we made an all-time high yesterday in S&P 500. I think the day before it was NASI. Remember, this whole part of our framework or our morning process, all we're trying to do is figuring out what everyone else is doing. We're not trying to outsmart anybody. Okay. What do we want to buy? Well, this is contrarian, which means we're looking for things that are not in the direction of their long-term trends. Cool. So Bitcoin hit 80 and dropped. Interesting, huh? I don't know if it got to 80. It got very close to 80. Okay, so do you want to buy ETH? You want to buy some gold? Yeah, well, the geopolitics right now is just stalling everything out. But Most things are very slowly working their way in direction of normality, but it's like 10 steps forward, 9 steps back. Yeah, we call that volatility. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. The order changed here a little bit. That's interesting. Pound moving. Yeah, still quite a bit of Euro poo poo. Euro poo poo. Euro not too happy with score wise. Yeah. So, what's the use of this this table? Everything that says bullish, you might consider buying dips in an uptrend. Just consider it's not enough. You know the rationale because, well, we list all the rationale. So if you're not interested in buying this, I'm not sure why. April's usually a really great month, and then we have sort of fizzle out and then regroup. Pound yen today, right this second, is a mediocre trade. It hasn't quite warmed up yet, but maybe it will. This shows that we're potentially on our way to 219. We're at 215. It's only pointing 400 pips. So it's not good right this second, but maybe later today or next week, we're on our way up. It seems from this point of view to have made a higher high and is riding the moving averages. We're looking at COT data. We're looking at seasonality. We're looking at the chart from multiple points of view. We're looking at the economic scores. We're comparing GDP, inflation, unemployment, and interest rates to create all of this. And one of the things I showed yesterday in our internal group meeting was how how all this data is interlinked with each other inside the platform. So I showed like, where do we get this information? 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 How's this score used? And you see it in places like on the sentiment tabs. All of this is all intertwined inside the platform. So they're not, right? They're not independent, they're interdependent. So look at these from a bullish point of view. Don't worry if it's not bullish today, it's not bullish today. This is almost all fundamental. Doesn't mean that's how it is today. And then with these, you're like, okay, well, I could consider maybe being a bear on these. Okay? You can consider it. And if these things rally to resistance and make lower highs, that might be your opportunity to make trades focused on lower lows for Kiwi dollar. And you're like, well, Kiwi dollar's been up for a while, even though it's kind of stalling out. Well, I see that here. Okay, I see that here. I see that here. But if it rolls back over and this goes negative and this gets big negative and this gets big negative, yeah, well, guess what? Game on. And what we're suggesting here is not that just that there is logic to maybe being bearish on this. If the charts turn bearish, you have the confidence to hold short longer. You're not going to take more risk. You're not going to make bigger trades. It's just you're able to let your winner run. Because you're trading with the trend. You're trading with the economics. You're trading with the monetary policy. You're trading with the seasonality. You're swimming downstream in the river of Forex. You're not trying to swim upstream against the current. You can do it, it's just very difficult. So those would be short-term trades. You can do it for a while, but you're going to get exhausted. You can float with the river all day. Okay? So now you know when to scalp and when to swing. Kill. Seasonality will help you understand if it's reversing versus retracing. Right now, we have geopolitics. Okay, but don't be shocked if suddenly the US dollar's strong and Kiwi weakens. It's plausible. Okay? It's plausible. See, this pair usually falls in April. Right? Well, it's like up and then around in April, right? Up and around. Anywho, it's a beautiful thing. I haven't checked the bond radar for a while, but it's been amazing. And then, yeah, you can see quite a difference. Wow, look at that. And look at the divergence here. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. So we've been stuck here. This is actually high right now. We were, what, 4.23? Now we're over 3.0. I think what you'll see is this getting to 5% will act as psychological resistance for all these other assets. And you're like, but whatever, you're like, well, what does that matter? Well, it does matter. So anyways, psychologically, 5 here is important. 4.5 is important. 4.0, right? So we're going to test 4 on the 5. We're going to test 5 on the 30. Yeah, just be cognizant that these are important and may change the value of your currency. Yeah. Yeah. Poor Canada. Oh, for sure, eh? Yeah, I remember reading their economic data when we did Week on the Street, and oh my goodness. Sometimes it just didn't even make sense. The government's reports were so confusing. Not that we couldn't read them. It's just, how do you have high inflation and low jobs, It was just very obviously manipulated or managed in a very poor way for a very long time. And you could just see it in the economic data where, like, this doesn't make any economic sense. Total mess, total shit show. And, well, you see it here. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, you're familiar with that. The charts are not very good right now for gold. But seasonally, it's okay. Positioning's okay. Macro's okay. Yeah, yeah, cool. Interest rate 3.75, unemployment rate 4.3, inflation 3.3, GDP 2.0. Yeah, that seems right. Cool. So I still have to figure out how I want to use this, but I sure love it. Well, what about soybeans, Wayne? Yeah. So I put corn and wheat and soybeans here for Lucas. I need to get some seasonality, it looks like, on corn. I think the problem is for corn and wheat and soybeans, I just don't have 20 years of data. 813, not far off from our weekly claims, so I'm hoping that modal pops up. The pop-up pops up. Is that right? High prices? Where'd my corn go? Gold. Yeah, oh, right there. It's trending up. Okay. So the charts are bullish, according to Aiden. COT is net long. So looking just at this, like institutional positioning and the technical charts, short term and long term. Yeah. Yeah, Dan. I'm just trying to figure out when and how and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I see it, Lucas. I see it. So you can always glance at this card. I made it for you. So there you go. Feel free to use it. It looks like wheat is more bullish on the charts, but not as bullish positionally. So when you add it all together, yeah, corn is more bullish than wheat. That's what we're talking about. So the market, here's the other way of looking at it. The market is very favorable, right, to gold, but the charts are just flat right now. Oh, I bet, Lucas. Yeah. Yeah, life is complicated. But we do miss you. Do, do, do. Ooh. I just want to look. Yeah, so VIX is going up and we're at 19. So you go back to here and you can go to there. Yeah, VIX is up there, right? So we can expect some dollar strength and maybe pound dollar strength too. So dollar's strong, but pound for some reason historically has done well in a situation like this. Treasury yields, yeah, and we've already seen that. Gold flat, S&P 500 down, Dow down, high yield bonds down. Totally makes sense. So that's kind of what you can expect today based on what's been occurring. Isn't that neat? Like, what are your expectations today? Well, I can tell you, as of, the New York Open session, VIX is already up 2%. So my expectations are dollar strong, yields up, stock market down. VIX up, oil up. Well, we've seen that today. VIX up, gold flat. Yeah, we've seen that. It seems to be moving independently. We've even seen it in the scorecards I just showed you. For gold, it's like, well, the market's bullish, but the charts are not. We can see it just kind of marches to the beat of its own drum. Silver is a little off either way, but we know that's not how you play it. Volatility up, Bitcoin down, ETH down, for example. Yep. It's what we would expect. Under current market conditions, Bitcoin can drop 1%. Yeah. Well, it's dropped 1.6%. Yeah, makes sense, right? So this is going to be an interesting day, and I think you should spend a lot of time on the sentiment tab, even more than the technical tab. I know you want to get to your charts and get into a bunch of trades, but you need to confirm that this is continuing. Kiwi down, Aussie down, pound down, Euro dollar down, right? USD yen up, USD CAD up, USD Swiss up. So that type of analysis, and by how much, is how we determine this tab. So this is looking at that. It's looking at all the dollar pairs, and then it's looking at all the pound pairs, and it's looking at all the Aussie pairs, right, to make that determination. So if you're going to trade what has been happening overnight, there's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't mean it will happen. Just because it just happened doesn't mean it'll continue happening that way. But we do know the dollar is strong and the Swissy is weak. We know the second strongest is pound. Second weak it is euro. So you can put these things together for trades today. Everything in the middle is probably a waste of your time, unless things change. Well, how do you know they're changed? Well, just watch all your yen pairs on all time frames. You're like, wait, I can't do that. Oh, well, you can now. And watch all the Aussie pairs and watch all the Kiwi pairs. Kiwi was extraordinarily strong 12 hours ago. It's not now. Did you notice? Is it going to get strong again? Well, then Kiwi Swissy would be the play. So the bottom line here is you know what has been happening overnight. And we have a new market opening. So now your question is, will it continue? So watch this. You can just sit on this page. You don't need to refresh it. Okay? And set up your ambushes. Anticipate. But also be able to react. Remember, it's not survival of the fittest. It's survival of the most adaptable. Can you adapt to real-time market changes? You can now.